Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Maranatha Abutu and I remain your host, your presenter, your podcaster, your author. Today I wanted to do a sequel of the last episode. On the last episode I had a guest here and we talked about ghosting as it pertained to her own personal story. What happened when her guy left her. He ghosted her, so to say, in 2019, and then he waltzed his way back into her life in 2022. And again, the same thing happened. And so I ended that episode with a question: why is it difficult for men to sometimes communicate their feelings? And why is it that they can easily walk away? And thankfully, somebody replied to that post with a very lengthy um, opinion as to why he feels men do that, but he isn't saying that to justify their actions, but hey, it's the reality of things. And so I am doing rather a sequel to that based on his response. And this is because I can't say that everything he has said is a lie. Because let's be honest, some of us do the most, which I'm not saying is also a reason why or a justification for why people ghost people. I'll pull up his response on the screen so that you can read it with me as well. And then the first thing he said is that see finish. He said, keep upgrading yourself, keep evolving, keep being that mystery lady if you have to, and keep valuing your time, keep surprising him, and keep getting better. I'm not going to lie, men are sometimes visual thinkers in the sense that they are moved by what they see, and which is reason why sometimes men will tell you, "Oh, I love my wife, but like I can have sex with this other person." It's again, I can never understand it because I feel like if you love a person, rather than ghosting them, you would sit down like the adults that you are and have a conversation about it. But yeah, I do agree that this also applies to some men, right? When they get into a relationship, they feel like the work there is done. They no longer need to put in any work. So there's no more date nights. There's no more, oh babe, let's go and catch a movie. Or oh babe, let's go out or let's do this and that. And I feel like also that's one thing you need to keep. If you ask couples, married couples who have stayed together for a long time, they will tell you that the secret to their being together is that they keep it fresh. Basically, they still date themselves even in marriages. So yeah, that's one thing to take home from that. And something else he said is talking too much. This made me laugh so much, and I'm like, okay, I get it that there are some men who cannot handle, people, ladies or women who talk. But at the same time, I'm like, they blindfold your eye when you've been seeing the girls, they make a good date. So I think that what accounts for that is when again you see a woman and you're like, oh, I like this person, doesn't looks like my spec, and you don't take the time to find out if your values aligns with this person's values or if your purpose aligns with this person's purpose. Again, you're moved by, oh, she has big breasts, big bum, oh, she's so my type, she's slender, oh my god, her face is so beautiful, that you forget that outside all of those, you need to be able to sit down with this person and have a conversation. For 24 hours in a day, you can't run away from having a conversation with this person. And so if you find out that at the end of the day, what you went for isn't what you're really getting, the ghost. Again, I don't know why they do that, but like I can understand it, which means it's not entirely the lady's fault because you did not actually look before you left. So the other thing is dumping all your problems on a man. Surprisingly, if you guys can see, I took off my dreadlocks. I loosened my dreadlocks. I know I made noise about it in January, and yeah, I started TikTok finally, and I'm happier. And yeah, I don't have to think about pain and headache anymore. But yeah, when I was at my dreads guy place, a conversation came up, and it was the issue of why people shouldn't be in a relationship if you haven't figured out your life yet. And I know I have a video on here that is titled Before You Have Sex, Get Your Money Up. And I remember a lot of you wanting to chew me up because you guys felt I was saying, oh, poor people shouldn't be having sex. But that is not even the situation. It is nowhere close to what I said in that video. If you haven't seen it, go back, click on the link, and watch it. See, as much as I get it, sometimes some of us still fall back to the idea that, oh, men were created to provide for women and women were created to just lounge away and have time of our life. Fine. I'm not going to fault you if you're of that school of thoughts. But riddle me this, right? You have a job that pays you money. Your partner or your boyfriend has a job that pays him money. Maybe sometimes you even earn more than your partner. But then you complain at the end of the month that your money is not able to take care of your problems because you have to send money home, your siblings, your family, and all of that. Now, how do you expect that he also does not have that same responsibilities? So if your own money is not enough to cater to your own needs, that you need your partner to take care of some of your bills, what about him? Do you understand what I mean? What about him? Is he an orphan? Doesn't he have family to take care of as well? Doesn't he also have his own dreams and something that he puts money aside for? I feel like if I were a guy too, I'm sorry. Oh no, I'm not even sorry. I'm not going to be with a person who is dumping all of their problems on me. If you're with a man that is wealthy and this person is generous, that is even a different topic altogether. But if you're with a person who is struggling as you are and you expect this person to take care of all your problems, there's a problem there. There is an actual problem there. And I think there's something we also need to talk about. The idea of your partner being everything to you. Fine. Partnership involves, being there for yourselves. Emotional support, financial support, mental support, and everything support. And I get it. But it is tiring when one person keeps draining the other person of their own light and energy. It's another topic we are going to figure out time to talk about on this podcast. Then something else he said that resonated with me so much is not asking the right questions. Okay, so there's a story of a guy, one of my friends, who is with this woman, and they are not together. I know that there are so many of us who have been in that situation before. This person has not asked you out in any way. There's never been, oh, Mara, be my girlfriend. But because of the way he maybe buys you gifts, sends you money, whenever you complain that you're sick, he comes around to take care of you. And for a very stupid reason, you assume that this person is doing all of these things. Not because he's nice or he's a decent human being, but because he wants to date you. Fine. There will be situations where guys do these things because they want to be in a relationship with a girl. But I feel like if a person has not expressively told you that, yo, I want to be with you in a relationship, I see no reason why we should be assuming. If you're assuming that this person is doing this thing for you because they love you, you may be really far from the truth. So I feel like not asking the right question is the reason why some of us end up being ghosted. Because this person is like, I'm doing this thing for you because I care, not because I want to be in a relationship with you. And then the idea that, oh, because this person is doing this thing for me, I don't have the financial means to reciprocate it, you now offer sex as a means to say thank you for everything you've been doing for me. Then when the guy now goes to you, or the guy now says, oh, but we are not in a relationship, you now come on social media or come to us and start screaming, oh, after everything I've done for him, after this and that, oh, no, no, no. Honey, he did not ask you for that. You decided to jump the gun and play the gratitude card by using sex. So the earlier we start realizing that sometimes we are the ones who put ourselves in situations where we are ghosted, the better for us. I am very big on communication, and that's why I'm never ashamed or shy to walk to a guy and tell the guy, yo, this is what I want. And if this works out, fine. If it doesn't work out, then good and fine. Relationship is never a do or die affair. So if you're with a guy that is doing amazing things for you and he hasn't told you, oh, I want to be in a relationship with you, I don't collect gifts from a guy if I don't know your intention. So we need to have spoken to the point where I'm like, yo, you know that this and this and this is going on in my life, right? If you understand that and you know that I can't be in a relationship with you and you still come on to me to buy me gifts, I would believe that you're doing that from a good place. Do you understand what I mean? But in a situation where you're buying me an expensive shit and we haven't even spoken to that point, I'm not going to take that gift from you. This took me back to when I was in GS2. I think Express Music just came out at that point, and my father had just bought me bed. I don't know if you guys remember that open and close. It came in red and silver. Mine was a red one, and I think I took it to school in GS2. The excitement, I took it to school because all of my friends had what's it called, Visa phone. That was when Visa phone just came out, I think. And my dad just got me bed, and I was so happy that, oh, my own phone can do open and close. So one thing, I don't know how it happened. The shark fell inside water, and the sound became muffled. But I didn't want to tell anybody about it. I didn't want to tell my dad because I knew that he was going to shout at me. So I didn't want to tell him. I just kept, pretending that the phone was fine. And this guy, my classmate, his sister had gotten him a phone, Express Music. That is very flat, right? And it has this yellow ring at the middle. And every time he calls me, I'm like, oh, I can't hear what you're saying. I can't hear what you're saying. So that day he showed up in my house with this phone in a pack. And I remember shouting and screaming. How old was I? I was possibly 10 or 11. And this guy shows up in my house with a brand new phone that his sister got for him. And I decided, yo, just give me your own and take this one. I'll find a way to fix it. And I remember screaming and shouting at him. I was like, you can't buy me a gift such as a phone that your sister got for you, and then you're telling me that you don't want to be in a relationship with me. What reason do you have for getting me a phone that was gifted you by your elder sister? And then I also remember when I had gotten to GS3, one other guy in the senior section also getting me a phone. So it's something I have always lived with. I don't know how I knew it. I don't know how it came about, but I would never take gifts from a guy, especially one that I can't afford at a certain point in my life. If I can afford it, and that's why some women are getting disgraced on social media. You can accept, especially if you're with a very arrogant man, you can't be with that kind of person and accept a gift of a car that you can't afford for yourself. This person would basically want to control you because they feel like, I got this thing for you, you can't get it for yourself. Not all men, don't quote me wrongly, right? Not all men are like that. But in order to avoid getting into a situation that I can't get myself out of, or that I would get, because see, I love my self-respect so much. And there is no reason that I would get myself into a situation that you would come and insult me. So if I can't afford a car for myself, and you're buying me a car that is in your name, First of all, why are you buying me a car? Which is the first question. And somebody that asked me a couple of days ago that if one of my male friends come to buy me a car, would I take it? And I'm like, it depends, right? So I have four guys that I talked to from uni. We were very, very close. If one of them comes and says, oh, I'm buying you a car because I feel like you need it, I would take the car because they have become like my family. But somebody who I know wants to be in a sexual relationship with me, you're not my family, you're not like, we don't have that connection from way back. All of a sudden you just wake up and you're like, oh, I'm buying you a car. Why are you buying me a car? Because if you think that I am going to reciprocate with having sex with you, that's not going to work. Do you understand? So I think that sometimes, not even sometimes, most times, ladies put themselves in a situation where they cannot redeem themselves. And then at the end of the day, they come and start crying. You've seen the pattern. You've seen that this person is this way. Why? I feel like it's the excitement of it all. So, okay, I've been trying to get a new phone and a laptop, and I've been trying to save. I've been saying this since December, and I've been trying to save, and now I'm realizing, oh, I need to buy one and leave one for now. And I'm choosing, oh, okay. Then somebody now comes and says, maybe somebody that I'm talking to now comes and says, oh, I'm buying you iPhone 14 or iPhone 13. Why the hell are you buying me iPhone 13? Right? Do you want to be? And again, you have to ask the hard questions. I remember falling sick when I was in Outsource Global. I think this was in 2020. And my friend and colleague bought me beverages. I cannot forget it. Like, I was sick. I had been sick throughout September or August. I was falling sick anyhow. Always typhoid. And, this guy came to work and he bought me beverages. I came to collect my key and then he dropped it in my locker. And then I went, I'm like, oh, why are you buying me beverages? And this guy is like, I don't understand. And I said, no, like, I need to understand. And he said, because you have been sick. I said, okay, why? I get that I've been sick, but what reason do you have to buy me beverages? And, we still have that conversation once in a while. And he always says, oh God, Mara, you're weird. You are a weird person. And I'm like, no. It takes away the awkwardness of when situations such as, oh, but I was buying you these things, you were enjoying it, because some men are very stupid and arrogant to the core. Again, I would never be caught in a situation where tomorrow you are asking me, but the signs were there. The person can be nice to you without wanting sexual relationship with you. Good. But I always like to be clear, to understand that, this is what is happening here. So a guy can end up ghosting you if you're dumping all of your shit on him. If you're constantly asking him for money that he doesn't have, to be fair, I'm going to ghost you too. Because I also have my own situation going on in my life. So why do you think I have excess to want to give to you? And then the last thing he said here is lovemaking. So it is not news that, fine, there are a lot of women with high libido, right? But men always want to get freaky. So if the basis for your relationship has been, attraction, sex, maybe you come with some values, right? But again, if you're one of those persons that withhold sex or use sex as a form of punishment or keeping malice, however that situation is, I think that you should desist from it. If you started off a relationship on the basis of sex and you wake up one day and say, this isn't it, some men can't handle that. But if you're celibate, let's say you're starting that relationship and you're celibate and you've made that known to your partner from the get-go, and your partner turns around to come and now ask you for sex, you have a right to say, no, this is not what I'm about, and even you can end a relationship. I stand by you on that. But you can't start off something on the basis of one thing and then wake up one day. I still, my mother used to we used to laugh about it. There's this my neighbor. she woke up one day and decided she no longer wants to wash her partner's clothes. And you know the kind of man that you're with. The man, may God forgive me, does not have sense. Literally, he doesn't have sense. Because all this man does is wake up in the morning, go to work, and come back in the evening demanding food. The wife has to clean, has to do everything, take care of the 4 children and everything and everything. And then she now owned a shop or a store, which meant she couldn't now do all of these plenty things. And this man came home one day and it was a hell. It was a hell. I was in 300 level when they had this big fight. And I remember how we are friends, sort of. I have very older friends. We are friends, sort of. And she came to me the next day and she was complaining and crying, and I was sort of giving her a can. So my mom was just looking at me like, when I told her, see, I get that there are men who are very difficult to change, which is the reason why I always tell people now, if you're starting a relationship with a person, always understand where their mind is at. Always understand that, if something like this happens tomorrow, will this man be able to compromise for me? Did he be able to take on this role or this responsibility in order for me to get some rest? If you're with that kind of person who is not kind enough to understand that you have a lot of work now and it should help you out, there's a problem there. Now, if you do I love you, and you close your eyes to this very important detail and you carry along, you can't change a man that does not want to be changed. So if you're going into a relationship blindly with the thought or with the idea that, this man is going to, because he loves me, he's going to want to do this thing for me, you lie. You lie. So, but as it is like this now, you need to start with the little things. If you wake up one day and say, bam, I'm not more doing this thing, anything will happen. Anything will happen. Do you understand? My mom would always say, men are babies. I disagree a lot of the time because I feel like, no, everybody's an adult. Do you understand? I can't be babying a man. Do you get it? But from the angle of, you can't do a sudden change and expect that everything will go smoothly. I do agree that men are babies from that aspect. From the aspect of cleaning up after a man and all that. And nah, I don't buy that school of thought. So yes, a big shout out to Mr. Francis. Thank you so much for sharing all of these things with us. And I absolutely agree. If you're watching this thing and you've been ghosted before, or you have ghosted somebody before, I want to believe that it is from one of these things. Is either one of these things or lack of communication entirely that makes you ghost a person. I'm also of the school of thought that if two people, right, one partner is working, the other is not working, there's going to be a lot of problems. A lot of problems because the one who isn't working will be demanding 100% attention from the one who is working, knowing fully well that 100% attention can never come. If I have to work between, for instance, my work schedule is between 4 p.m. and 12 a.m. And as my partner, you cannot understand that within that period of time, you can call me and I would not be able to pick up. Not all the time, but sometimes I'm in a meeting and I can't pick up, then you're a foolish person. And I can't be with a foolish person. If I'm also, a lady that is with a guy and I'm not working, probably I'm into content creation in its entirety. I don't have like a 9 to 5, I work for myself and all of that. If I now demand 100% attention, 100% being on call, video call, phone call with my partner, then I'm a stupid person. Because you need to be matured to the point where you can understand that this person has a life outside of you. This person has their own life outside of you. And that's why I tell women, especially, get your money up. Get your shit together before you get into a relationship. Don't go into a relationship with the idea of, my partner has to be everything for me. You are crying, you don't have friends that you can cry to, that can console you. You'll be blasting your partner's phone because your partner that is supposed to be working will now leave work and come and attend to you, Abby. This and this is happening, my partner. This and this is happening, my partner. So we all need to have the level of maturity where your partners can understand, you and your partners can understand that everybody needs to get their shit together. I can't be struggling as a young woman, trying to get my life together, and one guy from somewhere is trying to drain my energy. Nigga, I will cut you off. The only difference is I'm not going to ghost you. I will look in your eye and tell you, this is the reason why we are cutting off. If in the future God wills everybody have not have sense, we can be together, good and fine. But I cannot be trying to get my act together, trying to figure out what I want to do with the next year of my life, and then one person somewhere is arguing with me over, oh, I sent you a text, it took you 7 hours to answer. Well, 7 hours is extreme, but like it took you a while to answer. Why is that happening? So again, before you get into a relationship, be your own person. I'm not saying if you don't have money, don't be in a relationship. All I'm saying is if you are not matured enough to handle the different things that comes with being in a relationship, accountability, value offering, don't go into it. Equip yourself. Get yourself to the woman you want to become. It is harder for somebody to trust in you when you don't even have any single trust in yourself. So if I don't believe that, oh, I'm a woman of value, for instance, I don't believe that, oh, I can do anything that I set my mind to, why do you think that being with a man would help you get that? So if self-esteem is your problem, go and work on it. If you don't have anything going on in your life, go to school, get a degree, get your act up. If it's courses you want to learn, go online and learn courses. But at the end of the day, make sure that you're going into a relationship not demanding everything from a man, because you have a value of your own and there are things you're also bringing into that relationship. So anyways, not to make this thing really lengthy, this is where I'm going to end it today. Yeah, election is this weekend. I hope that you are seizing the opportunity to go and cast your votes. I hope that you're voting for Peter Obi. I hope that you're voting for competence. I hope that you're going to go to your polling units with the gates of somebody who knows that the future of Nigeria depends on you. So cast your vote with conscience. Cast your vote for the competent one. Cast your vote for a change. Cast your vote for a new Nigeria. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you would subscribe. I hope that you would comment. I hope that you would like. And I hope that you would share. And I hope that you come back next Wednesday for another wonderful video. Thank you so much and enjoy your week. Bye-bye.